Earlier I spoke about a situation that I recently ran into at our local public library. Another situation came up recently, and this time it was in a college classroom. A classmate of mine, we were working on an advertisement essay where we had to talk about an advertisement, and we were all supposed to bring in magazines. I knew some students wouldn't remember to bring in magazines, or they would choose not to. So I brought in a bunch of autism advocate magazines to share. One of the girls in the group I was assigned to work in didn't have a magazine. I offered her an autism advocate magazine, and she turned around, looked at me, and said, "I hate people with autism." And I was so shocked. And I said, "You just said that to a person with high functioning autism." And she goes, "Well, then I hate you."
What?
And all I could think of was the fact that here's someone who's in college. She's a sophomore in college at a community college. And she's saying she hates a huge group of people who she knows nothing about. And, I decided it's not worth it right now. I don't want to make this group any worse than it already is. So we went back to working. And a little bit later, she and a friend started talking about a TV show and how one character in the show, and I hate using this word, but this is a quote, said, "I always feel like I'm surrounded by retards." And she goes, "I know exactly how that character feels right now." And I was like, "Hey, so do I." "Oh wait, you're the only person right next to me." So I stood up. And I walked away from her. And I went to my professor, who I had had an issue with over disabilities earlier in the semester. And I was like, "I will not work in a group with this person, and I would appreciate it if you would talk to her." And at first my professor said no. He said everyone's entitled to their fair opinion. But then I reminded him of the fact that we'd already had a conversation about this, and that he'd already gotten chewed out by his supervisor about it. And, he talked to her, but she still hasn't apologized. And that's why I'm really glad I missed in class today, because I don't think I could put up with her. But the point is, people you think are educated don't necessarily act educated. And so we need to get this bill passed so that everyone knows.